Yo, yeah, this is that Unknown Factor, you know, No Fucks Given Radio, that's right. Yeah, I got all kinds of different shows, man, right? And, you know, recently we had that debut. Yeah, I've talked sick. Yeah, you can go check out the first episode of that on NoFucksGivenRadio.com as well as fuck. I mean, I don't even know where else. My wife posts shit so many goddamn different places, but look, you can find it. I assure you. All right, but tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the debut episode of Talk Snuff with your host, none other than Static G, and his special guest tonight, yeah, will be that one, that only Insane Poetry. So for right now, man, look, I was focused on fucking talking so hard, I didn't get a goddamn track queued up, but fuck it, it is Any Given Monday. And we'll be right back. Mass hysteria when the shots rang out. Walk right up on his ass, blew his fucking brains out. People scattering and screaming for help. It's pure chaos. The devil's on the loose. Please somebody come and save us. It's what the teacher said before I popped her in the clavicle. The voices in my head said they're all gonna laugh at you. Perhaps it's you that call me geek of the school, freak of the school. Now I brought the heat to the school, so now I speak with the tool. Cause none of y'all was listening, thinking I'm on drugs, blaming Marilyn and Eminem. You don't know the skin I'm in or what I'm feeling. Then you would understand my pain, pulsating in my veins, I've been stained. All of a sudden, hot shots pierced through my frame. Now I'm laying on the ground being restrained. For my actions, I know I'm gonna fry, while the students and the faculty cry and wonder why.
This is Nicole Dutton with Action 9 News. We have a breaking story off the 405 freeway. Live on the scene is John Goldman in Chopper 9. Over to you, John.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm over the scene of today's dramatic high-speed chase that has tragically resulted in the deaths of both a 24-year-old police officer and his alleged assailant.
Get off the motherfucking car right now before I pop you in the brain. This ain't a fucking game, yes you heard right. And I'm on my third strike. I'm not going back to jail, being trapped in the cell. Shit, I got the fucking cops on my ass, plus I'm doing about 100 as I mash on the gas. Flying like I'm on the speedway without leeway from cops on the 405 freeway. Fuck y'all, you'll never catch me, cause if you catch me, you gon' stretch me. Really, you gotta kill me, got the whole city on alert. They want me dead, cause 2 hours ago I shot a pig in the head, shouldn't have pulled me over. That's how this shit got started. Now every news channel got me marked as a target. Fuck it, I got my shit cocked in case it goes down. Break lights ahead, fuck it, I gotta slow down. Move, bitch, move before I smash your Lexus. Goddamn, I just passed my fucking exit. Now I'm stressing, cause I know I'm boxed in. There's a roadblock ahead and only got one option. I'm contemplating what to do next, either life in prison, fuck it, I choose death. Lit up a cigarette, time for some gunplay, cause anything can happen on any given Monday.
This is Edgar Martinez with Action 9 News, live outside of the prison walls, 5 minutes before the Timothy McVeigh execution. Excuse me, miss, can you tell me your opinion of capital punishment?
Yes, I fucking can. My daughter was in that motherfucking building where that shit happened. I hope this man dies, burns in hell. Kill him! Kill him!
I just rented a rider truck full of explosives. Sweating, wonder if anyone could notice my motives. Take this truck with explosives to the federal building, leave everybody toasted. Changing my mind that is hopeless. And I'm strapped up and fully prepared, gotta stay focused. Fuck the government, that's what I'm coming with. Branch Davidian, sacred to my covenant. Shoving it right back in your face, show for what you did in Waco. Now I lay low with 100 caseloads of TNT for the enemy, giving them misery. In this century, Timothy goes down in history. See my position be that of a soldier. 1,000 weeks ahead and the building's getting closer. Jumped out the truck about 6 hours past the crack of dawn and gave birth to a bomb.
You may kill me, but you may never insult me. Who am I?
Motherfucker Rocker from Razor, then Rip from Razor.
Why do you come to me? Why do I deserve this generosity?
You fucking represent www.suicide. Fucking no shit, no do that.
I said no lies.
I got signed, sorry.
I think he's telling the truth.
Sorry, signed recently.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
So www.facebook.com, Razor LSP. And then www.reverbnation.com, Razor666. You check out some music.
I said that I would see because I heard that you were a serious man, to be treated with respect.
You know, and fucking go to motherfucking gorehopshop.com and buy the motherfucking Razor CD, the Razor merch, catch up on that new shit. You gotta have that.
Well, he died doing what he loved. Getting shot.
Go buy some fucking LSP shit. That fucking site is ridiculous. I go broke every time I walk in that room.
Support the underground, goddammit. Support the underground.
Yes?
Well, there's going to be just a whole bunch of charges.
But definitely, man, we got to give a shout out to everybody, man. Much love.
Like 50 times I asked you about that.
You are tuned in to No Fucks Radio. I'm the Rocker, and all you motherfuckers that are all hell the razor. If you don't cut me now, we gonna cut you later. No fucks given in this bitch.
They say we'll survive if we stick together. Then why is every wing I see obsessed with clipping feathers? Then why is everything we've seen since we were second graders been specifically designed to intertwine and separate us? I'm asking questions about the world but don't got proper answers. Probably cause everything I was ever taught was propaganda. Every thought I've gathered when I start to gander with a point so sharp it'd stop a hammer was my attempt to form an answer. And no one will fucking hear me out. Entire lives wrapped in lies, that's all they care about. These hypocritical, idiotic pricks are more scared about what's on the news than what's in their food and water. Well, there, you're proud. We're losing our rights, I'm losing my mind. The American way. I don't wanna be the one to take shots when they rise, but I'm gonna take shots as they fly, cause I'm gonna be on that front line. But there's time for us to prevent it. I've said it time after time, yeah. And when I'm broken down, shackled and chained, I'ma say it's the American way. And when they hold me down and splatter my brains, I'ma say it's the American way. They throwing our youth in prison using euphemisms to pollute the truth so you can root for them instead of you resisting. Cause if you were to, you'd put them in a new position. Not one born in power, but one born in truth and wisdom. But instead you're losing interest. You'd rather lose in Pinterest. Post your status updates, all this damage done. They use the system solely so they can profit instead of sharing like some stupid Christians. Use religions like crucifixion. I ain't cool with this shit. I don't hate the flag, I hate the government. I don't hate America, just the ones running it. When did justice become punishment? And when did the people they swore to protect and serve become the ones they gunning it? You see, the media wants you to think more black and white. Our consciousness evolved and they don't want to see us passing by. And now they passing laws without you even asking why. The only red, white, and blue for you is some flashing lights. And when I'm broken down, shackled and chained, I'ma say it's the American way. And when they hold me down and splatter my brains, I'ma say it's the American way. The American and when I hold me down, shackled and chained, I'ma say it's the American way. It's the American and when they hold me down and splatter my brains, I'ma say it's the American way. Unite and prosper. When you do, divide and conquer. Textbook shit, yet here we are surviving off them. You see, to me, the land of the free was the natives who first settled. Today we paint them red, but to them, white was the first devil. Our freedom was built on the shoulders of slaves. Then tell me, why is it still the slave owners we praise? They got our people scared of going in planes. Instead of going to the top, we're down here going insane. The whole point of me being here on this fucking earth is to help people and open their eyes to what they're worth. The listener would rather think I hate religion instead of thinking, hey, maybe it's just the hate they spreading. Y'all would rather think I hate America too, but maybe I just hate the lies and how they bury the truth, huh? Maybe I'm just another hater, whatever. I'm just sick of talking about the bad instead of making it better. American way. And when I'm broken down, shackled and chained, and when they hold me down and splatter my brains, and when I'm broken down, shackled and chained, I'ma say it's the American way. And when I'm broken down, shackled and chained, and when they hold me down and splatter my brains, and when I'm broken down, shackled and chained, I'ma say it's the American way.
Hey, what up? This is Talk Snuff with Team Snuff. It's your boy Static G here. We got my man Insane Poetry in this bitch. Say what's up, man.
What is good? What is good? Static G. Static Jesus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Red Devil. Talk Snuff in this bitch. So, you go by. I'm just gonna get right into it, man. I want to get to know you and let the listeners kind of get to know Insane Poetry a little more in case they don't know you as much, or if they're just getting to know you, or if they do know you, just kind of like check it out and just hear some more shit. So, Insane Poetry. I know you go by Psycho, King Holloman. Like, what is Insane Poetry?
Basically, it's just a thought process of how to take the poetry from. I guess when I started growing up, I rapped about stuff that was a little different than I was into horror movies and all that stuff like that. So a lot of what my younger fascination to things were driven to a certain level of horror stuff. My parents actually introduced me to that shit with the movie Exorcist and those. And we went to church, and then you see this devil stuff, and it's all that, and it was just intriguing, and it took me into, later on using that as a stepping stone of how I would start writing. My rhyme style would be a little bit more insane poetry, and that's how I would say that. That's how it developed, how it started, actually.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So how long have you been rapping, though?
Jesus Christ. I would say my first album came out this year, 25 years ago. I would say I've been rapping since 84, so I'm an old motherfucker doing this shit. Yeah.
That's a veteran, man. That's what it is. You're a veteran,
84,
bro.
yeah. Oh man, dude, I didn't seen a lot of how styles have changed and all that from to where it's at now, and the evolution of putting rhyme patterns together and all that stuff like that, and being able to say it, which you're very good at, though, sir. I must add, very good at.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Yeah,
man, you've been in it for a while. You've been in it for a while, man. I know you did write for Vanilla Ice, didn't you? You did some shit with Vanilla Ice back in the day.
Yes, sir. The story's crazy. I used to actually be with these guys on the West Coast by the name of Rodney O and Joe Cooley. Joe Cooley was a DJ on a radio station I used to DJ for also. Before I really got to doing the rap stuff real hardcore, I was actually DJing for this radio station called KDAY. We were called the Mixmasters. Joe Cooley was one of them. He introduced me to Rodney O. I began working with them, just ended up staying with them, and we ended up making a lot of music. And one day we went to the 7-Eleven around the corner. We were living in the Valley at the time, and this is in Southern California. And we went to 7-Eleven, and we seen this magazine, Teen Beat magazine. You always seen the upper echelon music dudes and that shit. That was like that wasn't our thing. Hammer was out at the time. That was the biggest thing out at that time. And then we flipped the page, and Vanilla Ice was on it, and he's just saying his favorite rap group was Rodney O and Joe Cooley. And we was reading this shit like that same day. We were like, what the fuck? Like, that's dope, bro. And Rodney was smart enough to tell his management to holler at Vanilla Ice's management, which is a guy named Tommy Kwan, this Asian guy. He was Ice's man for quite a while, quite a lot of years. He was Ice's business manager and stuff like that. So we got at him. They brokered some kind of deal. I flew along with it. We went out to Florida and met Ice, worked with him. We did this album called Mind Blowing. I wrote like 10 songs on that. Joe Cooley probably produced half the album. Rodney orchestrated the thing. We'll probably never get credit for that because Rodney's deal with that situation was more of a, okay, I'm gonna pay you. You give me this much money, and I won't even trip about publishing none of that. And so it was some kind of like work for hire deal we got caught up in. That's why I could never claim any publishing on that particular album. But when people go back and they look at the songs that's been released since then, he's used a lot of the same lyrics over and over again in newer songs that from those records that I've written from. And plus, I spent 10 years writing records for the guy. OKS, one of my one of my really, really, really good songs. My homeboy DJ Street. Shout out to DJ Street, the Crossfade Beast, OG member of Insane Poetry. He put this beat together for my Faith and Chaos record. We hadn't even just did the track yet. I would just happen to get called from Vanilla Ice saying, hey, you know what? Come down to Texas, to Dallas at that time, and we're gonna do some work. And I played him the beat for OKS and did the rap for him for OKS. And he said, first of all, he said, I gotta have that song. I'm like, well, I gotta be on it if that's gonna go down. I gotta be on that shit.
Right.
And that's how that originated, and there are records that have that. And we had like I said, we worked for about 10 years, and I appreciate, that he does OKS live at the Gathering and stuff like that, and all these other places, because I don't have that kind of star power to push it to that level he does, and it's like anytime we cross each other's path, and he want to do that shit, he always say, hey, come, let's do this. So it's all love with that guy. So that was a cool thing. It was a great learning experience. It allowed me to learn a little bit more of a business. I respect it more now than I did before.
Yeah, I mean that's something that a lot of people might not know. A lot of your fans might not know is like how interwoven you've actually been through the growth of hip hop, like in all facets and all angles. You know what I'm saying? And like that's something pretty tight, something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. I mean, like it's crazy. I'm outside and I'm doing this interview with you, and my little niece is making me paranoid. You guys go get her and come back over here? For real? Like, for real? Okay. I'm back. Hope it's back. All right.
All good, brother. All good. So, I mean, anyways, like I was saying, like you've been interwoven into the community a lot. You know what I'm saying? You've hit a lot of different angles, from the hip hop to horrorcore, even some of the mainstream stuff like we were just talking about. You've actually been on G4 TV too. Like that's actually how one of my boys, one of your boys too, Dizzle. That's actually how he found out about you. You want to tell him about how you were on G4?
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Crazy thing about G4 was the guy that was actually the person who was hosting the show. He goes by the name of Frank Meyer, good friend of mine. He has, he used to do music back or still does actually. That's disrespectful for him to say he used to. He still does perform a lot. And he had a group called Street Walking Cheetahs, and they were like, they did a lot of the underground circuit and the rock level, man. And one day, he just hits me up out of the blue, and he said, man, your album, Faith and Chaos, is phenomenal, bro. I love that record, and it made me get your first record, Grim Reality. And so I'm like, I'd like to get you on a couple of songs. And I'm like, word. I just went to go do that with the guy. And he had smaller connections with other people. We put records together, and I did a song called High Plains Grifter with him. And then, we kind of did a few shows out in Hollywood, and kind of just went a separate way for about, maybe 6-7 months. And then he hits me up and he says, hey, man, I got this show on G4 TV called Freestyle 101. I'd like you to come down and get on this and do this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, word, so it was just an opportunity, man. I mean, it was about somebody that I connected with personally, because I just did that song for dude, that hey, man, I'm in a situation. I want to put you in a situation and have some kind of exposure. I really felt your shit is dope.
Super dope.
So,
yeah, man, super dope.
So, that's how I got on that. Yeah, so, it helped with visibility.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, man, Dizzle definitely, that's how he said he saw you, and that's one of the things that made him kind of join onto the tour that ended up being the first tour where I believe me and him met, and me and you and Dizzle all met, I think.
Yeah. Triple MFD tour, the first one, the Random Acts of Violence tour. I definitely remember that.
Yeah. Was that your first tour, like your first national tour?
My first national tour like that, yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no question
that's
about it.
what I thought. That was actually mine too, and Dizzle's too, and I know Scum had been out a couple times, but that was our first time going out, and I remember that tour. I always think about that one. That was definitely a historic one where we kind of like all met, and then everything was just set in stone from there. I know I ended up, after I did the tour with you guys, I ended up actually signing on to LSP with you guys. I think you were signed on like 2 years before that, right?
I was signed in like 2010, like the end of 2010.
4 years before that, yeah.
End of 2010, I ended up coming aboard to the, to the mothership. But but actually, the crazy thing is, I've been I haven't released an album on LSP until now, which is crazy because I've done so much. But it's a good thing to have all these other scenarios under my belt. Actually being able to have been on tour multiple times, because,
Right. You definitely been building
parlay that.
You've been on a lot of tours, yeah.
Yeah, you just learn a lot of different things. So when I was preparing for this record, I know how to market the record. I know where to put it, how to push the record, and how to make the record work, So those are the things, I didn't know as a youngster. I was just rapping, man. I just love to do it.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, that's dope, man. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. We got a couple more things to cover. I want to show off a little bit more of your music first. We're going to get into No Mercy and how you're going to reason with a psycho. And then we'll be right back here on Talk Snuff with Team Stuff.
Grim Reality Entertainment. We bringing the corporate takeover, showing no mercy. Kick in the door, waving a big hatchet. Straight from the shining Johnny the sick bastard. Tonight probably be bodies with big dashes. Stick and move like it's Cassius. Flick ashes. Walk in with all my dangerous strangers, my sick assassins. One move, my goons will get the blasting. We on shrooms, the room is held captive. Now it's ugly, cause now I'm hunting. Fresh meat, delightful, I am psycho. I tell you one thing, I have a crush on murder, and tonight I'm violently gonna love you. Here's what we up to. Looking for various furniture items to duct tape and tie you up to. I'm about to do weird things to your family, man. I wanna hear you scream. No mercy. Lay them all on the floor. Duct tape, tie them up, lock on the door. No mercy. I'm about to do weird things to your family, man. I wanna hear you scream. No mercy. Lay them all on the floor. Duct tape, tie them up, lock on the door. No mercy. Taking a set of lean torch to your face violently till you finally are corpse.
When I spit it, I speak in tongues of the irreverent. Hell sent, I will envelop your whole parish net. I will sever heads, lay your body in the pit of the seraphim. Burn you till you have no skin. You shall witness the rage of JP, straight from Hades. Stalk your ladies, take your babies. I am crazy, I will slay thee with no mercy. I will perch up on my rooftop, adjust the scope and just let my shit pop. Watch your body drop, watch your body rot. I am a madman, I cannot stop. I will not stop, I will pop rocks at your forehead. I will bring dread, leave you brain dead, leave you stained red. I am merciless, leave you wasted.
No mercy, lay them all on the floor. Duct tape, tie them up, lock on the door. No mercy, I'm about to do weird things to your family, man. I wanna hear you scream. No mercy, lay them all on the floor. Duct tape, tie them up, lock on the door. No mercy, taking a set of lean torch to your face violently till you finally are corpse. Why we came here really ain't even an issue. We insane here, really we came to split you. This ain't a game here, we came here to inflict you with pain. Mad Dog MD aim the pistol right at the mother. I am gonna love her to death while I kiss her on the forehead and cut her right across her earlobe, then dig in her ear hole with a sharp little pocket knife. Baby, I'm a weirdo. Love the sight of blood, only I can love you like this. Fuck you from behind with your hands stuck in vice grips. The look on your face is so priceless. Gasoline a bitch, everybody thought like this. Thanks for inviting us to have a little fun. JP, put the man to the little one. I'm about to do weird things to your family, man. I wanna hear you scream. No mercy, lay them all on the floor. Duct tape, tie them up, lock on the door. No mercy, I'm about to do weird things to your family, man. I wanna hear you scream. No mercy, lay them all on the floor. Duct tape, tie them up, lock on the door. No mercy. Taking a set of lean torch to your face violently till you finally are gone. No mercy.
Yo, this is the Leatherface of Wisconsin, Dania Quinn. Catch me at Facebook.com/TheRealDarkAss.
It's not a question, it's some shit.
Cool shit! Shout out to the call crew.
I just can't take no pleasure in killing. There's just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like it.
Kill somebody. Chop off their heads.
Oh man, don't tell me I've been slaying hot girls this whole time.
Yo, cult shit! Shout out to everybody that reps cult shit. You're listening to No Fucks Given Radio.
Yo, what are we gonna do with the body?
That sucked. But you could probably chop it up.
Things happen here about they'll tell about. I see things.
Yo, check out Dania Quinn's Insight for the Insane every Sunday at www.horrorcoreradiolive.com, 7 p.m. Central. Young Ghost might do his own Jankum. He might do Possum Jankum.
What the fuck?
We might do Possum Jankum. We might not.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You have to tune in live to see Horrorcore Radio.
Garrett is my homie, no fuck that, my brother. And if you don't believe me, you can blow me, motherfucker.
Rest in peace, Chino. Cool shit.
I told myself one day the sun's gonna shine. I told myself one day the sun's gonna shine. Don't mind, I'll grind, we'll be alright. We'll never back down, no stand up and fight.
How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how in the world you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Now tell me, how you gonna reason with a psycho? This is a song from a gruesome rapper, written from the blood of the psycho himself. One maniac brother, headhunter, vision of a beast, the priest's worst nightmare, brought to life at the midnight hour on the darkest night on earth. A mother gave birth in the surroundings of a hungry animal sector. Some say my father was Hannibal Lecter. Only mom knows the truth about me. Only her soul can set my soul free from the demented mind I carry. I keep getting crazy visions in my head of Rob was dead. At age 5, I started threatening lies, using ropes, chains, and even butcher knives. Not a normal kid is what I did for being bored. Playing with tarot cards and Ouija boards. Young psycho growing up straight wicked. You just ask yourself, why do I act like that? Ask my mom, she might know, but she'll tell you how you gonna reason with a psycho. How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how in the world you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how in the world you gonna reason with a psycho? I'm a serial killer on the loose, yes, and the cops don't know where I'ma strike next. Last house I left was a nice hit. Stabbed the second 30 times with an ice pick. 9/11 looked baffled, between perplexed at the sight of a bloody body that gave me shits. It's a massive style murder, you know. And one time can't figure out my MO. Grimbo was a slab with a tag on his feet, on a stretcher covered by a white sheet. I just spotted the next house for the slaughter. Better pray that your daughter ain't at her crib. I just wait and creep with the patience, laying low in her basement. She got caught slipping, taking a bubble bath. Drug her down the stairs, tied her ass up to a wooden chair. Then she knew I was a psychotic lunatic, begging and pleading for a life, didn't help a bit. I came to kill for a thrill, not for your wealth. Before I cut your throat, just ask yourself, how you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how in the world you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how you gonna reason with a psychotic lunatic? Yeah, I'm a maniac psycho. Yeah, I'm a maniac psycho. Yeah, I'm a maniac psycho. Yeah, how you gonna reason with a maniac psycho? June 6th, the 6th month, at 6 p.m., that's when the mayhem will begin. I haven't done a homicide in 12 days. Now I'm riding down the streets of L.A., packing a 10 double M ready to let off. Just itching to blow somebody's head off. People pass, but I'm looking for a bigger score. Oh shit, I spot an open liquor store. Park the car, step in with a big coat. Walk to the back, put my chin to a nigga's throat. Boom, was the sound, the sucker fell down. Like he forgot he had an appointment with the ground. The cashier hit the llama, got caught. Put my chin to his head and said, what you thought? He saw my piece, but bullets are surmountable. Don't make a move, I put your brains on a counter, fool. Open your mouth. I shut a pistol down his throat. The sucker just shook like a scared goat. I ain't no mercy given or even felt. Before I blow your motherfucking head off, ask yourself, how you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how in the world you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? How you gonna reason with a psycho? Tell me how in the world you gonna reason with a psycho? Grim Reality's the name of the LP, written by the Psycho Streaking MD. Insane poetry, bringing you one step closer to the edge of insanity. This is just a smidgen of what the album's like, G. And I'm stalking with the night breed. Never stopping till the suckers is all dead. Two serial rap killers with ball heads. Plus I'm dropping body chopping lyrics for the suckers out there who are rap critics. So let's soak in the madness of the rhyme. But some are scared of that because of the terror tracks. And these lyrics are straight graphic. Plus I'm swinging the mic like it's a hatchet, cutting up the grooves, G. Yo, listening to my lyrics is like watching a horror movie. Terror beyond control, unleashing the fury of 1,000 crazy souls. The morbid mind of a basket case with the word death written on my face. Yo, place my unholy doctrine by the dead and then forgotten suckers lying right under the earth. Mama gave birth to a psycho. Now that you know me, how you gonna reason with a psycho?
Yo, what's up? This is Static G. Talk Snuff with Team Snuff. Name Poetry.
Yes, we do. What up? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, check it out, man. We just listened to one of my favorite songs, How You Gonna Reason with the Psycho. Now, that's still been one of my favorite ones. I think every time I've been out there with you on the road, and we've been out a couple times together, at least like 3 times on the road together, How You Gonna Reason with a Psycho is like one of the best songs live. I just love it. Like the whole crowd gets into it. Fucking everybody's just jumping up and down. You can see it in your face, their face. Everybody's just moving. What would you say that's my favorite? What would you say is your favorite live or listen to or whatever?
Wow, that's a hard one for me to say because to go through all the list of ones that I do like performing live. But I would say How You Gonna Reason with a Psycho is definitely one of the top 3. I don't know. No matter where I play it at or wherever I do it at, it always seems to get what you said, the energy cracking. It's like a jump off. So it's a cool way to introduce people who never knew who I was or what I did way back then, if they're feeling what I'm doing now. And it's man. So it's cool. It's a good Turner song, but it's one of my top 3. I say No Mercy. I think is my favorite one to do.
I think we just listened to that one too, if I'm not mistaken. We listened to that one first, but anyway. That's what's up. So I'm just going to get right into it. You are on a new tour right now. You're booking for a new tour. You're headlining it, and that's called the Snuff Reels Tour, right?
Snuff Reels. Good. Sure.
Yeah, that's with Spade Ripper?
That's with Spade Ripper, yeah. Yeah, that's with Spade Ripper.
Word, man. Well, tell us a little bit about the tour. How long is it? What are you guys doing? Any cities you got for sure locked in so far? What you guys got going on?
25 days. Indiana, Albuquerque, Denver, Colorado Springs, Kansas, Wisconsin, Illinois. Just more coming as we go. Texas. Illinois, meaning Round Lake. Fort Worth is just got in touch with me today. Austin is working on Austin. That's it's already a thing. Minnesota. It's moving. So I'm not even I remember when we first did our tour, bro. I was so like, who you crazy amped. I'm more ready to get this record done. Because of I think the record actually gives the ambiance of why I call it the Snuff Reels. And that's why I'm excited about it.
Yep. And I think that's another thing, man. I wanted to thank you for being here, because another thing is you're actually in the lab right now working on that shit. If people don't know at home, like you're actually in the lab right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. Shout out to my guy Gemini. He wanted to go on tour with me. He's from the East Coast. Out of Mass, and he had he said he wanted to try to experience the tour life, and and he was I checked him out on the stage. He got some spits, and I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody that can actually, got spits and, want to learn and see how it is. And I'm like, word. So yeah, we're getting it all together, bro. You of all people who have booked the tour, just did the Little White tour. Congratulations on that. I'm saying, you know the tour life. You've been through it with us. You've been through it. LSD has a brand of how we do things and on that stuff, for our level. So it kind of works out that we have ventured off into having our own thing, our own hands in that. So which is cool.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's the crazy thing is we're actually out here booking tours, and like I said, our first tour together was just like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. And I mean, now we're out here and we've been on many tours. We've been on many together. We've crossed over. We've, I mean, it's just been crazy. I mean, the thing about the tour life though, is it's just about learning. It's about getting out there and it's about meeting people and shit. Right.
Hey, and I know,
for new artists, I always recommend it to get out there and tour.
Quick.
You know what I'm saying? Touring
Hell yeah, man. I fully agree. Hey, but I just gotta ask, do you guys both give the same fucking advice that Lynch does, which is remember a pack of socks?
Oh yeah, that's actually. No, that's some real shit. He just said,
Lynch, no, look.
Says, remember a pack of socks. And the reason why is because Lynch knows. Lynch, remember a pack of socks because make sure you have enough socks. That's just crazy, because half the time, it's not just socks, because you might have
hygiene. A lot of people don't fucking remember to shower, and it's like, it's not cool to go a whole day without or 2 days without showering. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to do it every day. That one day matters. Like when you got 6 people, like 6 fucking times one is still 6 stinks.
Right. And man, I mean, that one time we went to New York. Oh man. Woo. That was Pinkpan's brother, bro, and not his brother, his homeboy was that whole team.
Merkel.
Merkel. Yeah, Merkel.
He was a big old like fluffy white dude.
He was horrible, bro. He wasn't all there anyway, so you couldn't really blame him. And then, it was Kingpin, what are you doing? And I thought about it, he probably snorted crack the night before when he made the decision to bring it.
Yeah, I mean, then we ended up having Merkel the whole tour with us and shit. That shit was just nuts. I couldn't believe it.
That shit was fucking crazy. But yeah, we made it through that bitch though. That's another thing though. We're here still.
Yeah, we're here. Fucking man. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, now anyway, back to your tour, the Snuff Reels tour. You guys are still booking that right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Booking the Snuff Reels tour, all right?
Yeah, we are. Yes, sir.
Word.
I think I got some background noise. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you hear the background noise? Hold on for a second. I'm about to change that real quick. Hold on for a brief moment. All right.
The hell was that?
Out here. That was
technical difficulties.
That was the lab was working. They're in there, still trying to work, and I'm like, let me get away for a minute so I can take a break, give y'all a solid viewage. Kind of warm out here. There's no mosquitoes trying to bite a motherfucker. I'm out here in Spring, Texas.
Oh shit. I love Texas, man. I mean, it's actually, I mean, I love Colorado. It's my number one, no matter what. I mean, I love Wyoming and shit, but Colorado is my home. But Texas has always been real good to me. I fucking love it there.
That's the same thing.
The barbecue, all the people there.
The food is just cracking.
Yes.
Yeah, I fucks with Texas. I fucks with Texas super hard.
Yep. So big up to Texas anyway. Shout out.
Big up. San Antonio, Austin, Houston for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Spring. Man, where else? Lubbock. We've done Lubbock a lot. Shout out to the people who support LSP and love it, guys. I'm just going to say it's not a lot of you guys, though. But shout out to the ones that do. That's why I got to throw their name out there.
Meg, can I say it's funny, though?
Yeah, Lubbock's a rough one, but we're building it. We're building it. It turned out nice last time.
Well, see, it's funny that you bring up Texas. I swear Texas has been brought up a lot recently on just the radio in general because I know JP the Hustler, also on LSP, is out in Texas. One of the new
shit! You know what? And because I'm a little bit faded right now. Thank you for mentioning that because I'm a little bit faded right now. Shout out to JP. No, real shit is like, think about it. JP the Hustler actually has been around me since 2000, and we put a record out in 2001. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I've been knowing this guy for 16 years. This dude has evolved, bro. It's so beautiful to see what he's done and how he's came so far along. And it's crazy because I don't consider him from Texas because I'm from Cali just like he is. So it's kind of when I mentioned Texas, it just was hard for me to put him in there. But shout out to Class because Class and everybody at Fort Worth, that's for sure. They won 100 on that. Look out for his album too. Class got that. He got that now shit with that gorilla, that grizzly bear, sound. I love that shit.
Wait.
But I'm pretty proud of our label right now.
Wait,
really
is no one gonna acknowledge the fact that it just sounded like fucking, like, I don't know, like a pan full of what the fuck was that shit?
Yeah, no, that was my lady. She's a little clumsy. She's cool though.
All right, fair enough. I just had to. It had to be acknowledged. I couldn't just have a random loud ass fucking noise on the radio. No, that would have been weird shit. And real quick, shout out to JP the Hustler as well,
I'm high,
man.
bro. I'm super high. I'm super high, for real.
Oh yeah, you're good.
The reason why is I'm out here in Texas because the weed they try to overcharge. I'm not even gonna tell you what this.
Yeah, no, especially when you live in Colorado, it's like fucking. You can get 100 an ounce.
I'm
here.
like, bro, I gave that dude that look like that.
This motherfucker just said 100.
Look.
I'm gonna give you a mean look next time I see you, Static. Talking about 100. We won't get into cost of weed, whatever. Whatever. But real quick, just shout out to JP the Hustler. For anybody that doesn't know anything about him, you can check the No Fucks Given Hour, No Fucks Given Radio. We did recently have a interview with him, but I'll shut the fuck up, Static. Go ahead.
You're good, man. Speaking of weed, though, I mean, Psycho, me and you are doing a song eventually here soon called "Light It, Smoke It." Are we not?
Yes, we are. Light It, Smoke It. Well, as soon as I finish doing the vocal performances for this fucking record, which I say will be another day and a half from now. I'd say by Thursday I should be done with the recording process of this album, and there's just nothing but mixes left. Then I could say, okay, I could go in there and say, okay, I'm gonna lay this down, send it to you. Let's get that moving, because once I'm done with the energy that I'm putting into the Snuff Reels, this director's cut, because the energy it's almost like you're involved. Like I'm rolling it out. You understand that because you create albums.
Snuff Reels, the director's cut. Now you're doing that CD. That's a whole album. And you're doing that with the Snuff Reels tour, am I right? Is this going to release with the tour, or what's the release?
It's going to release with the tour.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. So, I mean, you heard it here. If you want to go get that Snuff Reels director's cut, go pick it up on the Snuff Reels tour. We always appreciate it if you show out and show up, pick it up there. Say what's up to my man in poetry.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate that. Any support, come through. You're going to get a good show.
I just
absolutely. I mean, fans, we need to tell you. I mean, it means a lot, not just when you hit us up online and tell us how much you love it, but when you actually show up and say what's up, even if you can't buy the shit and you're just streaming the songs. I mean, that still helps us out. You're still there. We still like the support in the audience. It's insanely important. And I think that if you're out there and you see insane poetry in your city, scrape up that fucking change, search your couch, fucking do what you got to do, go get a job, whatever, sell some weed, and go check them out.
Yeah, definitely come talk with her, because the real deal is, even if you scrape up to get in, can't buy merch, and like you said, you can stream it, or you can do a lot of things like go to Spotify Radio and listen to it. It's free, and you can just, if you can't support, you can support that way. That way it helps. It really supports us when you listen to our music on Spotify.
Yep, and I'm gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I dig that about for people who like to listen to their favorite artists daily and hear the music, but really can't afford to support them, buying their merch. They can support them by listening to their music on Spotify.
Yeah, that's definitely something that people don't even realize. Is like I've been actually for the first time, and like I've been getting like repeat checks from royalty checks, and I'm just like, what the fuck? This is cool. Like what? Free money is how I see it. Like I'm not used to it. So it's like it's free too. It's like just like cool as shit. And I mean that's something that's a way that people can support, because when they're actually listening to the songs, they count it and they send it. They give us writers credit and fucking song artist credit, all kinds of different shit, and it all adds up. I mean it's just like fractions of a penny, but I mean if you listen to it over and over, like seriously, it adds up, and we really appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Am I right?
Right, that is 100% correct. That is 100% correct, and that's what I tell fans and all that stuff like that. Is not that don't not support and say, oh man, and feel like I can't do anything. That even at its minute form, you're doing something. So I appreciate the people who are tuning in and listening, and your way of dealing with what you deal with, and you listen to our music and get you through. Or put you in a certain mood, or however it is. I'm known to do all those type of styles of music, but I really I appreciate the support and people that know the diversity of certain artists. Like certain artists know, or certain fans know. Okay, this guy not only can he do this, he can do this too, or he can be in this lane also, and to some degree. And so, which is cool. That's why I love that my Insane Poetry still has. It could be boom bap, West Coast.
Yeah, absolutely. You're definitely got a diversity and a variety to you, for sure. It's definitely expansive.
I would say, good thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna. So we've talked a little bit about the Snuff Reels tour, the Snuff Reels, the Director's Cut CD. It's releasing with the tour. Make sure you go check that shit out. I just want to let y'all know, if you're listening, if you're a fan or a promoter or a fucking whatever, an artist or whatever. We're also doing another tour. We got Project Pat tour. I'm gonna be featured on that, and we got Insane Poetry's headlining Snuff Reels tour. So if you're out there and you want us in your city, hit us up. You know what I'm saying?
Really important. You got Project Pat coming out there at Memphis at M. Oh yeah. Hey, my homeboy. Shout out to my man Cadis out there. He's from Memphis. Well, he do a lot of Memphis stuff. He put me up on Project Pat. Even though I knew who Project Pat was, but I listened to a lot more Project Pat music because of my dude. He's from Detroit, but he moved to Memphis, and a lot of his music is based around that. So I got so when you said you was doing a Project Pat, I'm like, man, go ahead, go out there, get that. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be turned. It's gonna be lit. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight, man. I mean, like he's on 3-6 and shit, so there's a lot of old school 3-6 fans out there, and I've realized once I did that Lil White tour, they all came out the woodworks. I was like, oh shit, what's up, y'all? Like, I didn't, I always used to bump it, so it was cool to see all the people come out and know the same shit. And then with Project Pat, I mean, I don't know if you knew, but he actually got signed to Wiz Khalifa's label with his brother, fucking Juicy J, and they're both on Taylor Gang on that shit now too. So I'm just like, fuck. Opportunities, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I'm also bringing out. I want to mention I'm bringing out my people with Rhyme Sick, Monster City on that shit. They'll be jumping on this shit on my set. They'll be fucking kicking it, killing it with us. And also, I mean, I'm known for bringing out a Rhyme Sick actor, somebody that I'm working with every time I do a tour. I mean, it's usually static with somebody else since I've been touring since the first tour I've done. But we also bring in another cat. We're bringing my boy out from Prescription. I used to be in a group called Prescription. We performed The Gathering twice. We did a lot of shit. We played Tech Nine. We played a lot of different big shit. And I'm bringing my boy MC Virus out. He's going to be doing some DJing for us. He's really good on the tables. And we're actually going to do a Prescription song, too. So, I mean, we got Monster City. I'm bringing MC Virus out. We're going to hit Project Pat tour. Plus, like I said, we got the fucking Insane Poetry Snuff Reels tour in this bitch. I mean, we got a lot of entertainment coming your way. And not to mention, LSP's always on the road. I mean, we always got something going. We got fucking Scum, Liquid Assassin, Class, fucking Damian Quinn, Smalls. I mean, there's a whole Razor now, the new fucking new signing. We got JP the X-Ray got off. We still See, LSP's got a roster to it, and we always on the road. That's the thing too. Is like we always in this shit. And yes, people have been asking me like, are you still on LSP? And yes,
for toll.
No. Always on LSP. Desperate Soul still in this bitch. It's fucking. But yeah, man, we still got a lot of love in this bitch. A lot of people on the road. We always working. So tune in, man. Always stay with us. Always follow the pages. Make sure you're following. You know.
Boy, the Red Rhino. Shout out to the Goonies.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lynch. Shout out to
my man Lynch.
Murph. Shout out to
Murph.
Fly. You know.
Yeah. My man.
Shout out to everybody that's out there. You know, our East Coast, West Coast, North and South LSP Street Team. Shout out to y'all. That's what this is.
Yeah.
about.
So if you're listening right now, just throw your L's up. Move them off and then throw your L's back up. This is your boy Static G. We got Insane Poetry Psycho with us. This is Talk Snuff with Teams.
Talk Snuff.
And we're gonna talk a little bit more. We're gonna take some phone calls. I just wanted to let y'all know about those tours. We're gonna take a little bit of phone calls real quick. I know if you guys want to open the lines real quick. You mind that? You with me, Unknown Factor?
No, man. I went away. You hear me? What? Like what?
What the fuck?
What? I don't. What is this?
What?
Are we on the radio? Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Can you turn on the? Yeah.
Hey, I will if the goddamn button stops moving. I swear, that fucking button moved like 6 or 7 times when I was trying to press it. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. It was like motherfucking. That was some bullshit, Static.
Have you been smoking that Colorado, bro?
Man, I don't know. No, man, because I'm out.
Yeah, for real. No, that's cool, man. So we got the lines open. I'm going to go ahead and ask. We got a viewer question. I'm going to go ahead and ask that on her behalf because she can only listen. Her name's Karen Gezer. I don't know if I said that right. Gezer. I don't know. But Karen, her question is, what should we expect when the Snuff Reel Tour hits Wicked Wisco? Insane Poetry.
Good question. I gotta fuck with Karen. I know who that is. That's my homegirl out there. Shout out to you, Karen. What you can expect is a little bit more. You know, bringing banners out. We're doing a whole kind of a different look as the approach and the presentation to the to the Snuff Reels. I mean, when you hear the music, get the vibe of the single. The single is going to dictate what the album sounds like. And that's pretty much... I actually, Karen, did this at the Rad Show, over on at the Riddles birthday show. Shout out to my man Riddles. Shout out to my man Brandon X. Wicked Wisco. Stand up. Yeah, shout out to my man Riddles, man. Higher Power. It was the Voodoo Dolls and Dabs tour, excuse me. Shout out to my man Damian Quinn, DQ, all day, another face. And I did the song, you know, and because people so know me to do so many different, you know, I do so much music and shit that you don't get the depth of what it is until you listen to it in a multitude of times. So that's the beautiful thing about performing it, and nobody know it yet. Because I remember when me and Scum was doing Body in the Trunk before people was even hip to it was Body in the Trunk. And it's crazy, you know. And so it's like that's how I know how to prepare these songs, man. When I make them, that's why I chose this to be a single, because one, it explains the record explains the mentality of the whole album.
Hell yeah, man. Well, fucking, I believe we got a caller. I heard the ding. Is anybody here?
Yeah, what's up, Static G? What's up? Fucking Insane Poetry. How y'all doing? It's Steve-O in this motherfucker.
What up, Steve-O? What's cracking, bro?
Just, you know, working hard.
Hey, at least you're busy. That's always good.
Hey, you woke up this morning and you working. That's 2 pluses.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Fucking a win-win situation. So, do you got a question for us, brother?
Just wanted to say hi, man. I haven't seen you guys both in a while, man. Definitely gonna check out the Snuff Reels tour. I'm pretty excited about you rolling with Spade Ripper because he's the homie too. So, and Static, that shit with Project Pat, that's fucking fire, man. I wish I could have afforded that. Also wanted to let you guys know,
ladies and gentlemen, the son of
Heard, dude. Congrats on getting that back. That's awesome. I always love coming down and showing love to you and Greeley fam.
All right, wait,
Right,
Static.
right.
That's right, man.
Hey, wait,
Yeah,
gentlemen. All right,
I was being ripped off, and I found out how it was going down, and the owner of the building said, "Get him the fuck out," and so I did.
Nice.
all right.
Yeah, that's dope, man. But you said, I mean, just come through on the Project Pat tour. We're gonna be throwing it in Denver on August 5th. If you guys are listening from Denver, we're gonna be there August 5th too. So I mean, make sure you swing through in this bitch. And you guys are going through Denver too, am I right? And Snuff Reels?
Yes, indeed. Probably. I mean, there's like a 98% chance of in Denver. We're working working that out as we speak. So yeah.
Nice.
Well, hell
and,
yeah.
Also, I got Get Lifted Entertainment. I've got 4 artists signed. We got Dope Boy Ambitious. We got A1 Snap. We got Miss Candy. And we got the CCW crew out of Spokane, Washington. Check them out. They're bad as fuck, crossing cultural boundaries.
Nice, man. Well, thanks for calling in, brother. It's always good to fucking talk to you. We should definitely smoke up sometime. I'll come check out the pit or something. Come to Denver, though. Say what's up to me and your voice. It's fucking psycho. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro. Well, you guys have a good night,
bro.
man.
You do the same, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yeah. So that was your man Steve-O. That's he was calling in to talk to Psycho and your man Static G. If anybody else wants to call in, I'm about to wrap this up. So, like I said, my man in here, Psycho is here doing the Snuff Reels, the director's cut. He's actually in the studio right now. He's taking time out of his day to be here with us, and he definitely is in there cranking it out. So we're just trying to make sure that we show love and appreciation for him for coming out and doing this for us and premiering the We Are Not the Same song. So make sure you check it out. We're about to go into that. Again, this is We Are Not the Same from the Snuff Reels, the director's cut. And right before that, we're gonna play Bad Influence from the Terrorists. It's also a new song of mine. So stick around. Those are gonna be the last 2 songs, and then we're out of here. But thank you, man, so much for being out here at Inside Poetry. We really appreciate you coming and doing this, Psycho. It's really been cool having you out, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Redhead Devil. No, real shit. No, real shit. So, man, yeah, but really appreciate it. You be safe out there on the tour. Make sure if you guys was listening, support that G tour, Rhyme Sick Nation in the house, LSP, along with, what is the name of the tour, bro? Because I don't even know the name of the tour. It was called, what's the name of the tour?
That's the Stay Down Tour. It's the Stay Down Tour.
Stay Down Tour. So it's to Stay Down. Yeah, so Stay Down.
Yeah, I'll be bringing Monster City. My boy MC Virus is on the tables. We've also, we have Jay Remy, I think, is going to come out. And then we've definitely got my boy Zips McGee. He's coming out. He's a new dude that I don't know, a lot of my people haven't heard of, but he's got a following. He just got off a tour in Tokyo. He's a cool dude. I personally know him. And it's going to be tight, man. We got a lot of shit planned. So come check it out, y'all. I also want to drop one more real quick thing. This is Goku Day. I don't know if anybody's a nerd like me, but I mean, I love my horror shit. I love my fucking hip-hop shit. But another thing about me is I do love my nerd shit. So Dragon Ball Z is one thing I'm very passionate about. And we actually made a cipher, and it's called the Dragon Bar Z cipher. And it's releasing tonight. I'm getting off this, and then I'm switching right over to edit mode. My man Louis Cohen in Epidemic Media, him and Rhyme Sick are pretty much like this. And he works really closely with me, the boy Static G, and we're going to be releasing Dragon Bar Z here tonight at 10 o'clock p.m. So stick around. We may be done with this little talk snuff with Team Snuff session soon, but we still have a lot more entertainment coming for you on a fucking Tuesday. So stick around. Yeah. We got my man Instant Poetry. Thank you so much, bro.
Hey, no, thank you for having me, brother. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you pick up that Snuff Reels tour. Come see the tour if it comes to your city. Me and my man Spade Ripper, we're going to get it in, the Snuff Reels. Everything about it, when you hear the song, is based on We Are Not the Same. And that's what it is. Yeah. Shout out to LSP, all the monsters.
Hey, Static.
What's up? That's LSP.
You mind if I throw out
radio? What's up, my bro?
You mind if I throw out a final thought real quick?
All right, Jerry Springer. What do we got?
Well, first off, man, my apologies. I didn't mean to be stepping on everybody's words. I thought we were having a tech issue right before.
It's fresh.
Yeah, no, well, I thought we were having a goddamn tech issue, and I found how to fucking, motherfucker. And thank you, both of you, for real, as far as for just rocking on this No Fucks Given radio and for doing what you do for the motherfucking underground, period. And Static, I swear, you know what you are, don't you?
No. An asshole?
No. God, man, really? I set you up like that, and you couldn't hit that lead in for me. Poetry.
Hey, shout out to all my Denver shout out to all G's out there and all the real grinders out there in Denver, man. And a lot of guys don't even get a lot of shout outs and love. I'm shouting out my man Al B's on this particular.
Yeah, Al B's been putting it in for a long time.
Shout out to my man Al B's out there. Shout out to all the my man PAC. A lot of artists out there that's been putting it down. And my youngsters, intelligent design, that still bring that hip hop to the game. I'm proud of a lot of dudes out there doing the music. Shout out to my West Coast people, my man Tidy Bone out there, and on the West Coast, my homegirl Janet out there. She helps put on shows out, big shows out there, the real big joints out there in the city of Santa Ana at this place called the Observatory. A lot of dudes go there and play there, So a lot of good energy from that way. Shout out to my man Omen up in the Bay. They putting on shows. I think ain't you guys going through? Did you guys go through there on the Whiteout on a little white tour, bro?
Go through where?
To the Bay Area with Omen up there.
Yeah, we went up to San Jose. We definitely stopped by, man. We got some California weed.
The 408, my bad. These out there in the 408. Yeah, he out there in San Jose. So, we got people, it's a beautiful thing. We got people in a lot of different places strategically, man. Shout out to all the people that's representing, and keeping it moving the way it's moving, like the way you doing, bro. So I'm proud to be a part of that unit. But, yeah, keep on the lookout. A lot of new product dropping from Insane Poetry this year. That is no question about that shit. That is no question about that shit.
That's true. It's real shit.
That's for real. So, on that note, man, bro, I'll see you soon. I'm gonna get back in here and get to mixing this shit. Shout out to we releasing Black Sunday, Insane Poetry, Snuff Reels, T-shirts. This is my man. He definitely gonna get his soda cane. I ain't mad at you, bro. Much love. You guys take it easy, and peace be with you.
Hey, man, much love again. Like I said, thanks again for taking your time out of your day to do this. This has been Talk Snuff with Team Snuff, your boy Static G, my man Insane Poetry, and that's Unknown Factor over on No Fucks Given Radio hosting this shit. So thanks again, everybody. Like I said, we're going to play Bad Influence from my new CD, The Terrorist, coming out this year, and my boy Insane Poetry's We Are Not the Same from the Snuff Reels, the director's cut. And this is Talk Snuff with Team Snuff. Much love. Peace.
For real, I wanna be a good influence, but everything I do is bad. You couldn't even know the half if you looked into it. Once my cousin caught the blast, I knew I couldn't do it. My family's down, I'm in the corner crying, looking stupid. I guess my uncle was right. It's all fun till they put one in your eye, huh? It's all love till it's your cousin that dies, and then you're looking in the mirror like you're fucking surprised. Shit, you're as grimy as you knew you were. You signed your family's whole name off to Lucifer. Sign all the dotted lines, crossing T's and dotting I's. Cover up your lies, here's my shovel, you can use it first. I hate change, so I alter my surroundings. A coffee bean in this water world, no walking proudly. I'm no free willy, kill me, I'm trapped trying to see clearly. Always packing some heat near me, I'm back in the streets, hear me. I'm bad as it gets, you ain't never seen a bad guy quite like this. No, there's no good in me, it's gone. Can't have you here with me no more, cause I know I'm bad as it gets. You ain't never seen a bad guy quite like this. No, there's no good in me, it's gone. Can't have you here with me no more, cause I know what was I supposed to do? Sit there and take it when life fucks me? Go and write something, go cry about it and die ugly. No, my life's crummy, my whole ride. Then try coming up with every single freaking excuse you can find for me. I tried this, died inside, quick lifeless expressions. Got me feeling like ISIS, throwing my dice and impressions. I sucked at everything, life is in session, but you can't cut this class without cutting that shit forever. Believe me, I tried. People that don't believe that I died, but I remember waking up feeling so evil inside. Not to this day I feel blessed, but back then I was a mess. Deal with the stress, drinking handles. Who's going down with me next? Yeah, I ain't liking what I did to y'all. Most my old homies are still on drugs or walking prison yards. Yup, and here I am running other shit. This love goes out to y'all, MVPs of the gutter shit. You bad as it gets. You ain't never seen a bad guy quite like this. No, there's no good in me, it's gone. Can't have you here with me no more, cause I know I'm bad as it gets. You ain't never seen a bad guy quite like this. No, there's no good in me, it's gone. to make me bring him back, I will. Please remember when I'm at that point that I don't take my pills. Suicide and addiction are risks I don't need to take. I'm like a monk, the way I've trained my brain, cause I don't wanna break. I'm an opportunist, concoct illusions to foster uses that could possibly dissolve the fusion that befalls the unit. I'm ramen noodles, someday I'll be hot manure. Chocolate streusel and I'll kick you in the face if I gotta do it. Hey, I'm a stand-up guy but a bad influence. You want my help, I got you, touch your life and that shit's ruined. That's why I'm sitting home alone, writing that shit music that's got everything from dimes to them fat chicks moving. Dudes talking smack like that shit's stupid. Well, that's my life, bitch, you can get your ass kicked to it. I don't even gotta get my hands dirty no more. I just point them out, they tackle and we drag them and go. I'm bad as it gets. You ain't never seen a bad guy quite like this. No, there's no good in me, it's gone. Can't have you here with me no more, cause I know I'm bad as it gets. You ain't never seen a bad guy quite like this. No, there's no good in me, it's gone. Can't have you here with me no more, cause I know it.
Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down.
Prozac, strange music.
Sorry, I wasn't good enough for you. I said I'm sorry, I wasn't good enough, good enough.
No fucks given radio, bitch.
Drunk with the tunes after consumption of shrooms, leaving you punks in a room with massive puncture wounds. Psycho, the name alone brings nothing but doom. Don't you fucking assume that I won't kidnap your wife and leave her stuck in a room strapped to a bear trap, wrapped around a snatch about the snap and get the crash in a room, while her hubby remains chained to a lead pipe by the ankles with only a hacksaw. Homie, I'm that raw. You got 60 seconds to hack off your foot, then get your broad and jet before she gets the jaws